teach you on how to make a Fiddlesticks cosplay. I'm learning along with you guys as I make these, so I don't have any kind of template or thing I'm going off of. I'm just kind of using the ideas that pop in my head as it happens, and if I mess up, well, it just means I have to buy more material later. But I'm going to show you guys how I made some of this stuff. I've already started working on it, so let's get started. Okay, so for his arms, this is what I did. Okay. Rumi's being weird. So guess what this is made out of? Craft foam and duct tape. Brown duct tape to be exact. How did you make these? Well, I just took craft foam and I wrapped it around my limbs and I duct taped it. And then for the spikes, I just put a spiked piece of craft foam and put duct tape on that. And that's how those work. For his gloves, I just got a really cheap pair. They're like $6. These are his arms, pretty much. I have the elastic in the back so then I can move pretty easily, and it's not too uncomfortable. And I wanted to make the kind of twigs on his shoulders, but I didn't want them to be like ginormous, so I just kind of made these, and the rope is going to go around the ends. And then for his elbow joints, looks pretty awesome. And I regret not being able to film this for you guys. It just takes a lot of wearing of duct tape. I'm on my 7th roll of brown duct tape. I've had to go to the store twice. You guys are already aware that I have my jumping stilts. I made a video of me not being able to walk in them. I've been practicing a bit more and I can walk in them now very well. I'll have to show you guys when I have all this stuff put on. This is like what one of them looks like. All duct tape and stuff. It's pretty sweet. We got out there, we got one of my stilts. I had finished coating them in duct tape, I'll show you in a second, but spray painted all of my pieces. They look pretty awesome so far. If you notice, the brown spray paint is pretty much the exact same color as the brown duct tape, so there's kind of a plus to that, but I did have to go out and buy another roll, so I took 8 rolls to cover my stilts and add these. Make my bracers and make the shoulder piece. One thing about these is that paint flakes off because when you spray paint, duct tape paint flakes off. I'm pretty okay with that just because the duct tape is the same color. That's kind of the reason why I did it. I mean, if it's gonna flake off anyway, why paint it? Well, it's like a base coat. Jesse, Chico. It's like a base coat, just for the acrylic paint to stick better. I'm going to be painting these the same way that I painted my Fiddlesticks lantern, but I'm going to show you the process a little bit better this time, just to make sure there's no confusion. Let's go. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting black on all the shadows, white on all the highlights, and brown to kind of shake everything together. That's really all I'm going to be doing. Alright, so these are the finished products for painting them. I just have to add the details to the shoulder pieces and the leaves and stuff to the bottom of these. Maybe to the top, but I don't know. I did put a clear coat of matte spray paint on top of these just to try and see if it would help the flaking. And I think it did a little bit, but for the most part I think it's still going to flake off. So, tip for you guys. And now I'm going to start doing some detail work. These are the gloves. I just put black and a little bit of brown paint on them. I have a hair tie around the wrist to keep it fitted a little bit better. I just painted it. Painted some of the definition on the hand. And that's kind of fun. And then I bought some rope. You have his wrist and his hand. And in some versions of him, he has this straw coming out from underneath his gloves. I'm not going to do that just because it's a little bit too much work right now for the materials I bought, but maybe as like an add-on if I want to upgrade him later. I know the video game version and like his skin wallpaper has a key around his neck, but in the cinematic of Fiddlesticks, he's wearing a noose. So I made myself a noose. I just hot glued the ropes together up here and here and here, and this whole thing that's coiled is hot glued together. He has rope on his joints, but I'm probably not going to do that just because of functionality. I need it to be able to be kind of flexible. So, for you guys who have seen my Fiddlesticks lantern video, I can leave a link to that in the description for how I made this, if you guys would like to know. And I just added on a rope to it, so then if I wanted to, I could actually take the lantern off and hold it up and stuff, because it's just something I wanted to do because it does light up, it is cool, so I wanted to show it off a little bit more. Also, for the thicker rope, he has a rope around his waist and it's wrapped about 3 times, so I have a rope long enough for that. When you cut this kind of rope, make sure that you do something about the edges. I just used hot glue and I molded it and just made it so then it wouldn't get frayed. And that's what I did with all of the rope that I cut, even the ones around his wrist, everything. Otherwise it will unravel. What else I've been doing is I added rope to the shoulder pads. So it's like this now. It still works just as fine. It's still just as flexible, so that's a plus. For these, I'm going to add hay or straw or some kind of whatever you would call it to the shoulders, so then they pop out more like his does. So that's what I have left to do to these. Got all of the whatever this is, I got it all in there, and I also mixed in some of those wooden sticks that I have freaking. I just gotta put it all throughout there, and then at the top, and then I put an underlayer and I just kind of evened things out and made it fuller. I make fragile things, of course. This is fragile. They're actually a lot heavier now with all the hot glue and these on there, and they're more stiff in the shoulder area. I have to make sure that I don't bump into things, otherwise these will probably break slowly, but surely they will break. They make noise every time I move my arms. So now that we pretty much have our arms done, because we have these done, our bracers done, and our gloves done, it's time to move on to the legs. Alright, so these are my stilts. After I painted them, I put leaves and these cool little fuzzball things on them. But see, they have these green little spikes on them. And I just did that. I just did that throughout the whole thing. For the body, I'm binded right now because my boobs are too big to go with just a sports bra. That's just to get a more flat appearance, just because Fiddlesticks is supposed to be like a scarecrow. He's not supposed to have a body, he's just stuffing, so I don't really want to be too curvy. Right now it looks like a giant potato sack with armholes and head hole. But I need to trim the sides up more, probably make it shorter. But the thing is with the bottom of it, is that you want it to be just a little bit longer, because technically if you use my method, for me, Fiddlestick's legs are disproportionate to my body, so obviously my legs aren't this long, or I guess half of my leg isn't this long. So I wanted it to come over his knees a little bit, therefore it has to be completely over my knees, if that makes sense. What I literally did for this is that I just bought like a whole bunch of burlap, and I literally just cut this giant rectangle and then made a head hole and armholes. And then I sewed the side and then Velcro on the other side. I didn't want to have it be a completely pull over one because of his arm pieces. Since they're so brittle and fragile, it would be extremely difficult to get those on with this, because I have to have those on before I put this on.
Alright, so this is what I did to the bodysuit, I guess. I went around the edges with just brown paint and I kind of just faded it all along there. And then I made some random dirt places, and then I got some nice dark blue fabric for these patches, and I just attached them, and then I actually just went in with Sharpie. I went around and I did the stitching on all of them, and then I just added some dirt in the center of each one. And then I have this scarf. I just cut a long piece of fabric and I just cut it in this shape with all of the rips and stuff, and then the random dirt places. And then I fold it. I fold it like this, and then I tie it around. Yeah, that's how I made a scarf. The Fiddlesticks mask is the thing that I'm working on right now, and I had to start over only once after I learned a couple mistakes. But I basically just took burlap and I wrapped it around my head, and I measured it that way, and then I just glued where it folded when I rested my head, and my eyes actually sit right here. And then I have a strap right here for my chin, and then I also have a strap up here for my head, so then I can keep the mask in place when I'm moving. This part is open to leave room for hay coming out later, and then I attached this piece down here to make the neck longer, so then you can't see the seam.
Alright, so for the shape of his head, I just literally cut the shape that you see from like his profile. So I just use hot glue because I don't believe in sewing things ever. It's not really my thing. So I just literally hot glue everything. I have little stuffing pads in his chin and on his forehead to help fill out some of the space that my actual face wouldn't fill out. I got some like sheer black fabric so that I can see through, and I had to layer it twice, which is, it's kind of hard to see out of, but it's enough to where I can still wear it and have it be alright. I have little marks for where I'm going to put his eyes, but maybe about like that.
I am good.
I have an audience.
They're one of my lights from my lantern video. They're the same LED lights, and you just twist them. There we go. And it lights up. So he'll have glowing eyes and a glowing lantern, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to cut holes in the mask so that his eyes are a little bit more sunken in and not like so bug-eyed, but that's kind of the goal. So then I can, from the inside, I can turn them on or off. And all I did was I just took a square of green fabric and I hot glued it around the top of this little light and put some stuffing in there, and it works pretty well. You better be done. What's my name? Ooh, I'm gonna spell it out for you.
So here's the mask all finished. I have all the paint on there, and I put some extra details on his mouth, and his eyes do glow. And I'm really happy overall how it turned out, and I can't wait to show you guys the whole thing put together. So let's move on to his scythe. Alright, so I just sketched out a rough shape of what I'm going to be carving my scythe out of. It's just some thicker foam board, and once I get this all cut out and I get these two pieces glued together, then I will show you what I do from there. Alright, so I cut out the blade and I trimmed it down with an X-Acto knife, just all around here and all around the top. I made the top a little bit duller just because it's not the part that Fiddlesticks probably uses. Probably uses the inside edge, so I just made that look a little bit sharper. And then I put little chips in his blade because I know he has them. But this is just what I got done so far. It's really messy. Now I'm going to be layering a couple, maybe like 1 or 2 layers on each side to build up this part, so then I can cut a hole through the center to put the stick through. So I'm doing that now. That I put on, and then I marked kind of where I wanted the hole to be, and I just cut a giant hole through the center of everything, and then just re-glued down everything, like glued the shit out of everything, just to make sure when I put the staff part of the stick through, then it won't break anything.
You know how they joke about hot glue and duct tape being a cosplayer's best friend?
Mm-hmm.
Really is for you.
Yeah.
Someone asked you how you made your cosplay.
Duct tape! Hot glue!
And spray paint.
Oh yeah, spray paint, you can't forget it. Alright, so to get it to stay on there, I'm just gonna wrap a rope around, just keep wrapping it around until it gets tight and it doesn't feel like it's gonna move or shake off or move around or anything else. Stop it. I'm talking right now. God, you're so rude!
I've been holding back that urge the entire time you've been talking.
I have to deal with this every day. God. So yeah, now we are going to coat it in wood glue and then spray paint it. For the wood glue, I'd probably do like 2 or 3 coats on this, just to be safe. And then I'll give it this nice, smooth look for the blade. And so after I'm done painting it, or I guess while I'm painting it, I'll show you guys what I'm doing. Alright, so I coated it in 3 coats of wood glue, and then I spray painted the whole thing silver metallic. I made a really dark gray to fill in this whole section. And then I went in with black and I shaded this edge, and I made a really fine line on here to make it look like the blade. And then I just put strips of white or black just to create a little wear and tear. So now I'm going to paint the other side.
enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped anyone who was maybe trying to make a Fiddlesticks cosplay or something like Fiddlesticks. I hope I helped somebody. And this is just for showing you guys how I make my stuff, even if it's not the greatest quality. It's like okay quality, but not like... Go ahead and leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Go ahead and share this with your friends. All that cool stuff. I will be wearing Fiddlesticks to NakaCon, which is in Kansas, I believe. Kansas City. And I'm not going to ASEN because it just kind of didn't work out. We're going to NakaCon and then we're going to be going to Nebraska. But for NakaCon, I'm going to be probably Kakashi Friday, Fiddlesticks Saturday, and something on Sunday. I haven't figured it out yet, but yeah. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time.